What's up, my bear cubs? Jane Bear here, and today we are unboxing MGA's Miniverse, Make It Mini Lifestyle, and this is Series 1 of the Home Series. Specifically, the bigger one, because I know there's a big one and a small one. And I got this mid or end of July, so sorry for it being very, very late. But very recently, my schedule has been insanely busy, and it is really hard to find any free time at all, so weather and temperature isn't exactly my biggest problem when trying to make videos now. And I have so many things I want to show you guys. I just need time. And I got this from my aunt for $5, so sorry you guys can't really get that steal of a deal. But it says, MGA's Miniverse, Make It Mini Lifestyle. We have the black, white, and yellow sticker saying new, which this series isn't exactly new anymore. I do have a lot of videos unboxing this, though, along with the smaller one and different series of the versions and just Miniverse in general, so check out all those videos if you haven't already. But we're going to get some resin, we're going to get a few different small and large accessories, and it says that styles will vary. This is Series 1. We can see someone making one of the crafts right here, and then we can see some more crafts. So in this one, we can get pets, plants, or candles. And this first half of the ball is like this pinky and white beaming stufferoonie there. And then it says that this is for ages 8 and up. It says, looks so real, 1 set. And then the other half of the ball says that there are 18 to collect. This is by MGA. And we can see a bunch more crafts right there. And then again, right here it says that there's plants, aquariums, and candles. And then this second half of the ball is like this hot pink reddish kind of color, and very light version of that color. And yellow, it says lifestyle, and it shows us some of the stuff that we can get. So let's see, I'm hoping to get aquariums because it's super extremely adorable, but also I wouldn't hate getting plants or candles. And luckily I haven't opened up a whole bunch from this specific series and version of this series, so the possibilities of getting a duplicate is super, super low, but not zero. And I definitely did not get a perfect zip. Then this second half of the ball, we can see everything a lot more bolder and brighter, and that says you can recycle this, and it's not for kids 0 through 3. And I just need to find the next zipper, which I won't be surprised is also not going to be a perfect zip. Nope. Yeah, these never really want to zip nice and satisfyingly. Alright, so the two outer parts are this like tannish brown wood pattern that is striped, and we have the Miniverse logo, and then the middle is white. And inside we have one bagged up surprise, or well, I mean technically 3 bagged up surprises, and then 1, 2, 3 non-bagged up surprises. And then we have the instructions, but I checked that out in the first video. And then we have the checklist, which we do need a good old refresher of what we can get. So it shows us all of the candles, which I think this was the series, I think, that had like some scented candles and glow-in-the-dark candles, or maybe I'm thinking of another one of the series. But there's all of those. And then we have a bunch of the aquariums, and then we have the plants, which it does show you all the items that they come with. And then on this side, we can see the instructions on how to make all of these crafts, including when to set them in the sun or UV light if you get a craft that includes resin. So first, we can get our fancy little shelf built up. So we have this white shelf part here, and you just want to slide that on right there. And then we have our base, which is golden, and you just attach it on the bottom, and then there you go. Nice little double shelf going on. Then we have our classic silver tongs, and I guess we'll go with the tissue papers first. So I think this was a duplicate. I can't believe that. Okay, so we have a green and white newspaper, and it says, The Mini Post, issue number 1, Lifestyle, Pots and Plants, Find Your Perfect Plant Match. And it says, take the quiz, and we can see like a bunch of different plants there. Then it says, everybody has good points. That says special edition with the Miniverse logo at the bottom. That says Lifestyle Pots and Plants, Growing Pains, Happy Grow Co. is here to help. Plant sale, Happy Grow Co., potting soil, planters, and more. Keep calm and plant on. Best low light indoor plants, and it says Plant of the Month, meet Pierce. And he's like a cute little cactus. So there's all of that there. And we have our plant, which I'm guessing this is an aloe vera plant. And this is definitely a smaller little one. I actually have an aloe vera plant myself, or like my family does. And it is massive. It is at our kitchen window. Maybe if I remember, I can take a picture and show you guys how big and crazy aloe vera plants can get. Then you can see the little brown roots at the bottom. And then we have another newspaper, which is exactly the same. So there's that again. And then we have the pot, which is this super big, fat, clear, kind of looks like a fishbowl in a way. Which don't ever use fish bowls to take care of your fish. Not appropriate care. But makes perfect room for plants. It gives them lots of room for their roots. And then we have this bag with a bunch of different shades of green and then white details. And it says Sun Grow. And we can see this big window with the sun and some plants. And in here, we got everything we're going to need. Which, yeah, this is definitely a duplicate because I remember making this. So we have our little trowel shovel. So it has this brown handle and then the shiny silver little scoop digger kind of part there. And then we have these two bags. So they both have green at the top and bottom, and they are striped. And then the middle part, this one's more of like an orangish yellowy color, and then this is more of like a yellowy color with little specks in the background. This is potting mix, and then we have this happy little cactus. And then this is pebble mix, and then we have a different kind of happy little cactus, and they're both in green pots that says Happy Grow Co. We can see like a little look of what they're gonna look like, and then we have these little ribbons down there that says Soil Happy on this one, and You Rock on this one. And then here's the back here. So we have the barcode and the Miniverse logo. We have this little sign that says Plant Parent Approved, which I'm definitely a plant parent. We have a lot of plants in our house, and I take super good care of my plants, and recently I've been thinking I need to transport them to new pots because they are starting to get massive. But anyways, getting a little off topic, there's a little sign that says, We're rooting for you. So, if you haven't figured it out, we have the aloe vera plant right here. And these are the instructions I will be following. And it's super, super easy because there's no resin you have to worry about. So what you want to do is you want to take your pot, and then you're going to mix... Hang on, I lost my spot. Okay, you're going to mix, like, a third of the rocks in, and then a third of the soil in, and then you plant your little pot. So I'm going to get these little bags cut open first. Alright, and then you kind of just want to, like, squish it out of the bag in a way. And these are kind of like a kinetic sand material, so you don't have to worry about this being, like, super, super dirty, which is nice. And then, if you can't already tell, for the rocks, we have mostly these, like, whitish gray rocks, but there are a few little, like, brown little bits in there, and even, like, some darker brown kind of bits. Yeah, just squish in however many you want. Which, if you didn't know, like, if you're not, like, a super planty, green thumb of a kind of person, adding rocks to the bottom and then soil is very helpful, because obviously soil, plants always need that, because it has little, like, nutrients in there, and it's nice, soft, room for, like, the plant's roots to grow and move around in. And then for the rocks, it's good to have a rock base, because that allows water to keep at the bottom. So if you were to, like, be a little late to watering your plant or something like that, your plant will have a little bit of water for them to reach to, so that way they don't get, like, dehydrated and, like, be in the process of dying or something. But yeah, it's very, very useful. And then, it's also good because then you don't have a whole lot of water just flat out stuck in your soil. Because I know sometimes, that if you were to overwater your plant, because overwatering is also bad, but if you overwater your plants, then that can cause, like, mold to grow in there, and that isn't good for your plant either. And also overwatering can just kill the plant from being just too much. Okay, I think I just need a little bit more soil, and then we can plant our little aloe vera plants. Which I do really love these plants. Like, they are just so stinking adorable. I have several videos unboxing different kinds of plants. And then for this one, this is more of, like, a texture similar to the kinetic sand, where it's brown dirt, and then there's a lot of little, like, whitish, brownish bits in there to simulate, like, chunks of dirt and the little plant food that would be in there. So now, to simulate, like, planting, we're going to use the trowel. And this is a tool that very much helps making a hole in there, like a hole in dirt and stuff, to help plant your plants. And then it's also good to shove all the dirt and stuff all the way back around the roots to keep your plant in there. And then there you go. You have the cutest little plant ever. Love it so much. And then I can snatch up one of my little tweens over here, just cuz, and I can show you that these are great sizes for LOLs, OMGs, Monster Highs, Ever After Highs, Brats, all that sort of stuff. Even the shelves are a pretty good size, because I know, like, a lot of the times with, like, when you get the balls that make, like, tables and stuff, that those aren't a super compatible size, but it's actually pretty good, and even for, like, smaller toys, it would still work pretty well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, make sure to leave a super cute like on this video, subscribe to my super awesome channel to become a Bear Cub today if you haven't already, make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you know when I make a new video, and then check out my other videos unboxing Miniverse, whether it's the lifestyle, the specific series or version of the lifestyle, or just any in general that you haven't seen already. And make sure to stay bearlicious. Bye, guys!